right, welcome back to another episode of Dentside Depot, your source for premium and free Dentside content. Today we're going to be starting a new series with a new truck that I have called Junior Mint, and you will find out in a second why I've called it that. But it's the truck right behind me, and now obviously you can see why I called it Junior Mint. Light jade is the actual color. I drove all the way to North Carolina to pick up this truck. It was well worth the drive. And you can see why I made this drive, because this truck has almost no rust on it. And obviously it has killer patina, as you can see on the hood and on the roof. So let's look this bad boy over, and then I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do with it. You can see the usual areas, not a lot of rust. Cab corners are beautiful. That's probably the worst part on this entire truck. Not even gonna fix that, just gonna hit it with some POR 15. Bed is amazing. All solid metal, no Bondo. This truck is all original paint. Pretty much no rust anywhere. Bed, no rust. It has a small little 2x2 rust spot in one of the rails underneath. Besides that, completely clean. A little bit of dirt because I was doing a burnout in my yard with it. Absolutely clean, beautiful truck. I love the patina, and the light green is definitely one of my favorite colors out of all of them. Did do a little bit of work on the inside. You can see this door better than the other side. Again, just gonna hit that with some POR 15 and call it a day. Had some issues right here at the cab seam, so I filled that with some filler. Again, gonna hit that with POR 15. Gonna fill the drip rails with POR 15 just so it doesn't rust up here in Pennsylvania. Little bit of metal work that I did on the inside. It was a little crispy right here, so I cut that out and welded in a plate. Did a full floorboard on the passenger side. Didn't really need it, but I just wanted to do it in case I ever decide to paint this truck one day, which I don't think I will, but I just wanted it to be pretty much ready to go for paint. No major rust along the back of the cab. I'll POR 15 the entire floor. Put the factory style filler around the seams. I did cut this out yesterday. You will find out why that is cut out. And believe it or not, this truck is a 3 on the tree, but it was not a factory 3 on the tree truck. So let's see what this was here. I got my Marty report. So this truck was born in Virginia, is where it was sold. You can see light jade paint, and it doesn't really have any options. It's a custom F250 AM FM stereo radio, and the wires are still uncut on it, believe it or not. It's a heat only truck. Someone was converting it to air conditioning. I'm going to deconvert it back to heat only. But besides that, there's not really much I'm going to do interior wise. This will be coming out in favor of an automatic. But believe it or not, this truck does run and drive just fine. I'll start it up for you really quick, and then we'll take a look under the hood. Here we go. So you can see, it goes into gear, and it runs and drives perfectly fine. But not going to be keeping that. It's cool, but not what I want ultimately. So let's see what's under the hood. Believe it or not, it's a 289 out of a Mustang. Not going to use this engine. I am going to keep the exhaust for another project I have going on, but Besides that, all of this is going to go. I'm pretty much just going to harvest the body off of this truck because I just love the paint. Love the way it looks. It's just awesome. Funny story about the hood. As you can see, I call it a speed hole. So what happened was the previous owner, he was working on this truck, doing some work on it, and he left the hood up and was pulling into his shop and hit the garage door. So a lot of debate on whether I should keep that or not. I am most likely going to keep it. Plus, it's the only reason I got this truck, because he pretty much told me that once that happened, he was done with it. He had so many other projects to work on that he didn't want to deal with it anymore. So this video is going to be part 1 in a multi-part series on this truck. I'm super excited about this build. The intention of this build is for it not to have a perfect body, not for it to look totally amazing, just for it to look cool. So this is part 1. Part 2 I'm gonna film right now, so make sure to check that out. And we'll see you next time here at Dentside Depot.